The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
He promised jobs. Right. Show us the jobs. Where's his infrastructure bill? There are many promises made, right. Promises broken.
No, that's Nancy Pelosi reminding us a lot of promises were broken, really? Well, I don't think so. A lot of promises he kept. In fact, he has done more in 100 days than Obama could have done in 100 years. I mean, it's pathetic. What Trump has done has been amazing. What he's got done. I'm not going to list everything. I mean, it's just amazing what he got done. Look at the jobs that he has already saved for this country. Incredible. He met with all the CEOs of the companies to stop taking these jobs out of the country. I want you to keep the jobs here. And they're cooperating. The only thing that he has done that is upsetting is that he's fallen into that same terrible path that all these other presidents fall into. They end up kowtowing to Wall Street. Remember, when he was a candidate, he kept telling us that the economy, jobs, number one. Keeping the dollar strong, because from a strong dollar, you get jobs. Strong dollar identifies a strong economy. When you have a strong economy, you can borrow money at low rates. The government can go borrow money at low rates to do good things. The only thing a weak dollar does is helps a very small segment of the population. We talked about this yesterday, about 650 large companies that sell goods overseas. If you force the dollar down, then they can sell more goods overseas because they can compete. But what, at the expense, as I said yesterday, of 27 million small businesses in this country. The small businesses in this country is the engine of this country. It's the small business that creates all the jobs. It's the small business that creates the growth of this country, not GE, not Honeywell, not Caterpillar, but the local businessman in your town. And for him, he has to have a strong dollar. But Trump the other day brought to his Oval Office the CEOs of the biggest companies in the country who export their goods overseas, and they're crying and crying and crying like little babies, saying the dollar is killing us. We need a weak dollar. And candidate Trump told us, he promised us that the dollar would remain strong, just like he said the stock market was a big, fat, ugly bubble, that low interest rates were a terrible thing. In fact, low interest rates is why we didn't have a recovery. He talked about that. Low interest rates killed the economy. Caterpillar had sales declines for 17 months, although their stock kept making new highs, because all you have to do is keep buying your own stock with 0% money, because interest rates were low. Interest rates being low is a killer. Look at Staples. Staples is a real barometer for the health of America, for small business and Main Street. And sales at Staples dropped by 43% in one quarter. Walmart, what a great barometer for both the working poor and the middle class consumer. Foot traffic has fallen to historic lows. Sears closing stores. Home sales which led us out of all recessions. Right now, existing home sales have fallen for 7 of the last 8 months because people can't get mortgages. Because people aren't making enough money. Because houses, the prices have gone up so much, they escalated. Because as you remember, what Obama did, he sold all these houses, thousands and thousands of houses, to BlackRock and to other investment companies and hedge funds. He gave them, he would sell a house that had a mortgage of let's say $100,000. He'd sell it for $10,000 to BlackRock, so they could go out and rent the house. So all these houses were all scooped up. There was no inventory left. What inventory was left, the little inventory, prices shot up. But the folks couldn't buy them because they didn't have the income, because they don't have good jobs. 44% of Americans are living with less than $5,877 in savings because they don't have a good job. They can't save money to put a down payment. Unbelievable. I mean, Trump, she's complaining about Trump. Look at the mess Obama left behind. Since Obama took office, the percent of Americans with bad credit or subprime credit has increased from 28.2% to 56.7%. You talk about inheriting a mess. What do you mean we've had a recovery? How do you have a recovery with that? There's no recovery. To have a recovery, you got to have a strong dollar. Obama's had a weak dollar. Trump promised a strong dollar, but now he wants a weak dollar. This is crazy. Manufacturing down. Job openings in the United States for manufacturing declined for 4 months in a row. What are you, nuts? There are 1,148,000 fewer Americans working today than when Obama took office. That's the mess. That's the mess that Trump took over. And what's she complaining about? What's she say?
He promised jobs. Show us the jobs. Where's his infrastructure?
Where's the jobs? What about... He's just been in office 100 days. Obama's been in office 8 years. How many days is that? Have somebody figure it out. And he has created almost no full-time jobs. And she's worrying about Trump. Trump's doing much better. There are 1,148,000 fewer American working today than when he left office in January. Trump has done more in 100 days than Obama's done in 2,920 days. 2,920 days Obama's been in office. What has he done? He's doubled the size of food stamps. He's doubled the size of the welfare programs. He's doubled the size of your health insurance premium. This is incredible to criticize Trump. Now, I do criticize Trump for flip-flopping to he now wants a weak dollar to help the multinational companies to export more goods. That's very upsetting because there is nothing good about a weak dollar. Nothing good about a weak dollar. You got to have a strong dollar. It's all about a strong dollar. It's always been about a strong dollar. I mean, what are you going to do when you go borrow money and you got a weak dollar? People are going to want more interest rates. We can't afford more interest rates. We're already paying $257 million in interest a year. Just interest on our debt. We're going to let interest rates go up by keeping the dollar weak? What are you, nuts? We'll be right back after these messages here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Performing technical analysis is no easy task for any investor unless conducted with a professional stock charting service. At Phil's Gang, we offer a choice of high-power, color-coded stock charts, all seamlessly integrated, so you could tackle the market the way you want to. The Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 Stock Charts. From Phil's Gang are high-performance HTML5 web-based charts that work on any browser and device, so you could put live streaming data and fully interactive charts in the palm of your hand. Phil Grandy designed the MV software to have the best features, and so far the early reviews have been great. You can plot charts on an intraday basis as well as on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. There is also a built-in watch list that you can customize to your liking. For more information, go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hey gang, be sure to join Phil Grandy at Michael's on East in Sarasota on Wednesday, May 10th for an open discussion presented by Tampa's AM 860, The Answer, called Taking an Honest Look at the First 100 Days of the Trump Presidency. Phil will be joined by Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley. The VIP reception starts at 5:30 and the main event is at 7 p.m. Again, that's Wednesday, May 10th at Michael's on East in Sarasota. For all ticket information, simply go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the homepage. Phil's Gang offers one of the best collections of charts available on the internet. We built the Max Best software to have the best features, and so far, the early reviews have been great. So don't just be an investor, be a Max investor with Phil's Gang Max Investor 1000 stock charts. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
100 days. How's the president doing?
Well, you know, we give him failing grades. When he ran as a populist. Now, promise after promise to working people has been broken.
Really? Promise after promise has been broken. No, just the one I know of, that he now wants a weak dollar, which is terrible. But he's done well. Look at NASA. He fixed NASA. He imposed all kinds of moratoriums on these ridiculous federal regulations that no other president in history has ever given us so many regulations as Obama. He's buried us with regulations. He put the coal industry out because of regulations. Regulations, costing hundreds of $millions a year for small businesses. They can't hire because they have to hire people for just to get through the regulations. He has a plan he came up with a plan to destroy criminal cartels. He came up with a plan for extreme vetting, a plan to build a wall along the Mexican border, a crackdown on sanctuary cities refusing to comply with the federal law. He negotiated and saved money on U.S. contracts, fighter planes that we were getting screwed. Obama, remember, he appointed as his sheriff, Biden. Biden's my sheriff. Nobody's going to screw around with Biden. Remember that nonsense? Biden never cared. He didn't care what a jet would cost us. He could care less. Trump saved and negotiated on all these contracts. He withdrew from the job killer, TPP. And what about all the regulations he eliminated just for the manufacturer that was killing us? And our approval rating overall is going up by 55%. What's wrong with that? We have a surge in optimism. American plants and factories are moving back to the U.S. He sat down in the Oval Office and talked with the different CEOs. They're now going to move their plants back here. All kinds of productive conversations with world leaders and CEOs of large companies. He's got a plan. He's putting an aggressive plan together. He couldn't have a better group of guys to defeat ISIS. He'll do that. Are you kidding? He canceled the fair pay and safe workplace rules, which blacklist companies from receiving federal contracts if they have violated labor rules in the past. I mean, I could go on and on, but I don't want to waste time. Look, the only thing, as I said, that bothers me is this deal with the dollar. By the way, I'm going to have a great discussion on May 10th. You can join the discussion on May 10th at Michael's on East, where Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley will join me at Michael's on East, and we'll discuss the 100 days. You can ask questions. That's Wednesday, May 10th. VIP reception 5:30 to 6:45. Main event 7 to 9. Hey, get your ticket now because Michael's on East is a very small place, and it's going to sell out very quickly. So please do that. Okay? Unbelievable. So what's happened? Well, over the weekend, we've known for the last few weeks, France has been uptight because the people of France, they didn't know who's going to come out on top of the presidential election in May. There was a runoff. 3 candidates, 2, which they were really afraid of. One was a communist, another a populist, and both want to take and get rid of the union, so there's no more euro. And France was all upset because most of the people in Europe or in France do not want it. They want to stay with the union. They want to stay with the euro. So for 2 weeks prior to the election, they held Sunday a runoff, the hedge funds were shorting the heck out of the euro. Shorting it. They were buying dollars for safety. They were jumping into gold for safety, looking for safety. But boy, they were shorting and shorting and shorting, betting that the euro was going to drop because they believed this was the wrong person was going to win. Well, guess what happened? They were wrong. Now it looks like the right person won. Emmanuel Macron, I think they call him. And he is for keeping the Euro Union, France in the Union. And so all the hedge funds had to scramble quickly, and they had to start buying back their short positions in the euro. They had to start dumping their gold, dumping their dollars, and the stock market in Europe, in France, just screamed up. And so don't forget, hedge funds all over the world, including here in the United States, also bet the wrong way. They were betting that the euro was going to collapse. They were wrong. So they had to buy back their euros, and the stock market here went up 225 points. But God, you'd think the stock market, they were treating the 225-point stock market rally as if there was an announcement that it went up 225 points because we had earning power, that we had purchasing power, that we had good earnings, that we had good economic growth, that we had good factory orders, that we... When we don't have any of that, my God, you would think that somebody stood up and said, look at the factory orders. Look at our durable goods orders. Terrific. Look at our productivity. Terrific. When it's all sucks. It went up for one reason. 225 points went up for the one reason called short covering. And people jumped into the stock market. Unbelievable. Then today we had some earnings. This morning the market was up about 55 points before it opened, which made sense because a lot of the unwinding is still going on because this was all over the world. And then they had two stocks come out and report today. Caterpillar was one, and McDonald's another. And the market went up another 200 points on that. And you would think, my God, the world was coming to an end. We'll be right back. Phil's Gang. Join my gang right now. philsgang.com. Become a member.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Hey gang, be sure to join Phil Grandy at Michael's on East in Sarasota on Wednesday, May 10th for an open discussion presented by Tampa's AM 860, The Answer, called Taking an Honest Look at the First 100 Days of the Trump Presidency. Phil will be joined by Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley. The VIP reception starts at 5:30 and the main event is at 7 p.m. Again, that's Wednesday, May 10th at Michael's on East in Sarasota. For all ticket information, simply go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the homepage.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Many of you do not have time to be in individual stocks. You don't have time to learn. Well, I have a solution. As I invest in my own exchange-traded fund, like the Spiders, you now can follow me. Every time I do something, you do exactly what I do. It's a great opportunity. Join philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Hey gang, be sure to join Phil Grandy at Michael's on East in Sarasota on Wednesday, May 10th for an open discussion presented by Tampa's AM 860, The Answer, called Taking an Honest Look at the First 100 Days of the Trump Presidency. Phil will be joined by Mike Gallagher, Larry Elder, Captain Matt Bruce, and Bill Bunkley. The VIP reception starts at 5:30 and the main event is at 7 p.m. Again, that's Wednesday, May 10th at Michael's on East in Sarasota. For all ticket information, simply go to philsgang.com and click on the banner on the homepage. Phil's Gang offers one of the best collections of charts available on the internet. We built the Max Best software to have the best features, and so far, the early reviews have been great. So don't just be an investor, be a Max investor with Phil's Gang Max Investor 1000 stock charts. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world. The contributions make a big difference.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out philsgang.com. Philsgang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Philsgang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market, the Max Best 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Best is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
People forget this because of the news media myopia, but the fact is they've signed 28 laws and 29 executive orders. Those 28 laws help roll back $89 billion of regulation a year, slowing the American economy. There's a reason that the Dow is going up. I don't think this is a mirage. I think this is the beginning of a profound shift in economic growth.
Okay, that's new. The reason why the market is going up is not because that he deregulated, he wiped out all these. These are all good things, but that's not how a market works. The market doesn't go up because they just cut regulations. The stock market, in fact, has nothing to do with the economy. People fail to remember that. It's not tied to the economy. Stocks go up because there are tax cuts. Companies get wonderful tax cuts. Margins are increasing. Profits are increasing. So it's not because of regulations. Stocks go up because when they get tax cuts, when they get good earnings, then investors buy. Stocks also go up if you're going to engineer them to go up, which means if you don't have earnings, if you don't have profits, you don't have good margins, or you don't have good top-line sales, all of those things that make stocks go up, you can make them go up anyways. It's called financial engineering. And that's the problem with free money or cheap money. And that's why Trump should not change his mind now. When he was running, he said that he wants higher rates because these low rates cause companies to go out and borrow money between 0 and 0.25% interest and take that money and buy their own stocks so that the CEO who did that, who gave the order to go out and do that, he'd become very, very wealthy because he gets paid on stock options. And when stocks go up, when they buy their own stocks, pushing artificially the price up, he's the only one that benefits. $6 trillion in buying their own stocks. They took $6 trillion, printed it, and bought their own stock to push the stock market up. It's going up for the wrong reason. And we have a valuation now that's wrong. We have a valuation showing we have of 17 when the value should be 14. And the difference between the 14 and the 17 is a 30% market correction or bubble or crash. That's right. We're set for a 30% correction. But the market went up again yesterday because of the excitement of France, and they bought back their own euro because they were wrong, the hedge funds, pushing the euro up, and then all the investors in the United States, the big hedge funds, they did the same thing, and the euro goes up, and our stock market goes all for the wrong reasons. Then today, 2 stocks report, Caterpillar, McDonald's, and the stock goes up another 200%. Crazy, isn't it? But that is why when you buy and you invest today, the worst thing to be invested is in 401k mutual funds. Because first of all, nobody cares about you. Nobody manages them for you. Your money just sits there dormant. And at the end of the day, you never make money because when the market does crash, because every market does crash. Remember, the Federal Reserve, the 154 owners, the key owners of the Federal Reserve, there's 400 owners, but 150 of them are active and run it. They create bubbles. They're called the bubble masters. They make bubbles occur. They had the dot-com bubble, the housing bubble. They created the QE bubble, and now they're going to do another bubble, it seems like, because Trump came out and he said he's not no more for a strong dollar. He now wants a weak dollar, which means he must be planning another bubble. After this crash, another bubble. But the beautiful thing about these bubbles, you just watch them. You watch them grow and you watch them unfold. It's an easy way of making money. But what screws you up is when you start listening to these so-called geniuses. When these so-called geniuses give you advice and start telling you about the stock market and what's going to do. You see, you go every day, just listen to CNBC or listen to Fox Business or anything. They're all geniuses. They all know what the market's going to do. And what I love about it is they tell you after it went up why it went up, or after it crashes they tell you after it crashed why it went down. That's ridiculous. They should have told you before, and that's what we do because we follow the money. So yes, this market had 2 good days, almost 500 points, but going up for the wrong reason. So what does that mean? That means the market is going to sell off again. And all you want, all the money that you made on the way up, all you need to know is, okay, when are the big boys now going to take their money out? When are the 9 biggest banks, the insurance companies, the hedge funds who were involved in this last 2-day rally, pushing the market up 500 points, when are they going to pull their money out? So that you can be there in time. That's why I designed a chart that works. That's why I think I have the best online educational system when it comes to investing. And it's for everybody. You can be somebody who is just very, very busy, who works all the time, who can't learn, who doesn't have time to learn, doesn't have to come to a course. You just want to make money the easiest way you can. And what you do is you follow me. Just follow the stocks, my exchange-traded funds, and the stocks that I am in. You just follow me on a chart. And you what you have to do is stay committed to those stocks. And over a year's time, you have to say, I'm going to set a goal for a year, and I'm going to just follow Phil in the stocks that he's in. And over a year's time, you got the highest probability of not losing money and making money. And you just follow me. And that's the easiest way to do it. Now, if you got time and you want to be real active and you want to be a trader and you really want to get involved, we have classes every day. We have all kinds of courses, and you can be as active as you want. But the key is it all has to do with charting. It all has to do with following the money. So as I said a moment ago, the stock market, yes, can go up by financially engineering it to go up. The market, when it goes up, it's not always going up for the right reasons. You got to know when to get out. And that's why a chart is so important, because the geniuses, the smart guys, the big guys, the hedge funds, they know when to get out of this market. The last 2 days, the market went up almost 500 points. They're going to know when it's time to get out. You're not going to know. If you're in a 401k, the guy running your 401k, he doesn't care. He's not going to tell you to get out because he gets paid on how much money is in the 401k fund. If it's 10 million, 20 million, 30 million, he doesn't want you out. He doesn't want you out. So we got a great opportunity right now, because what's going to happen with this market, it's going to correct. But before it corrects, they can continue to push this market. Now that Trump says he wants a weak dollar, what he's talking about is another quantitative easing. Bad for the country, terrific for stocks. What he's going to do is he's going to print money. He's going to start printing, maybe this time instead of $85 billion a month, he's going to print $160 billion a month. And what he's going to do is buy all the 10-year treasuries that he possibly can buy to force the yields or the interest rates to go down, to push everybody who's in bonds. We're talking about corporations. I mean, we're talking about countries like Saudi Arabia and China, everyone who buys our bonds, to push them out and into the stock market. So he's going to double the amount of debt. But that's what makes stock markets go up. You just want to make that money, but you want to be sure you know when to get out. Join my gang today. Learn how to get out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years, and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Recognized as an Axiom Business Award winner, the highly acclaimed Walter's Way book, authored by legendary businessman Walter Scheer, is now available in digital and audio formats at the philsgang.com Bud C store. Enjoy the stories of a relief kid who survived TB, corporate betrayal, bankruptcy, and still made millions and touched the lives of billions. Don't wait. Pick up the Walter's Way book in hardcover, digital, and in audio format at philsgang.com.
Let me ask you, could you use a little extra money? Well, of course you could. Everybody could use that extra revenue to pay the bills, pay down debt, or save for retirement. With Phil'sGang.com, we help you make that extra income in the stock market. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil'sGang.com team have helped folks who are interested in learning short-term and long-term investing by providing professional-level charting skills and strategies. Phil'sGang.com is your #1 source to learn, invest, and profit in the stock market. And you can do this for only $39.95 a month. With Phil'sGang.com, you learn how to invest in the market, you get daily investment coaching guidance, and you will learn to invest and trade with the skills and confidence of the pros. Just log on and get daily investment instructions and make profits. Plus, all Phil'sGang.com material is archived for your convenience. Go to Phil'sGang.com to join or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Call today.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil'sGang.com. What are people saying?
Hi, this is Ron from Washington State, and I subscribe to the Phil's Gang MV2, and I just wanted to let Phil know that right after the election, I made a $7,000 profit using the MV2 on Wells Fargo stock.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years and very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I've been a long-time Phil's subscriber, and I just want to recommend it to anybody out there. I think it's a wonderful tool and works very, very well.
Don't wait. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang. Here's the number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. It's only $39.95, and you can follow me, and you can actually follow me in the stocks that I'm involved with, especially exchange-traded funds. I'm not saying I make money all the time. Nobody can make money all the time. Right now, there's two stocks. There's one group I'm down 3%. Another one I'm down 1.4%. But I keep those losses very, very low. I monitor them. So if you're following me in XLI or SDS and you're down 3%, I'm down 3% and 1.4%. At least you know I'm monitoring it. The other one, I'm up 7%. So, but I monitor them, and I'm in these for a year. So over a year's time, at the end of 12 months, we will be ahead. And I monitor those every day for you, and you can see me doing that. I'll tell you when we buy, when we sell, and when we should get out, and when we should run like hell. Who else does that? Nobody. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. Join my gang where you get the best online education. I don't think there's any other place you can get the online education as you do right here at Phil's Gang on investing in stocks, how to invest in stocks, and charting, which is so critical. Charting is so critical. Because whether a stock market goes up 500 points in 2 days or goes up 500 points the next day, it doesn't matter. Because you're following the money. You're not following the nonsense. So as we began the show, we were talking about how it's been, they're criticizing Trump, which I think is so wrong, because he's done more in 100 days than Obama did in 2,920 days. No question about it. No question about it. The only thing I'm upset with Trump is I don't understand why he says now he's not for a strong dollar, he's for a weak dollar. China in the last 15 years is building a large middle class. They're affluent. And at some point, China is not going to need us. China is not going to need to sell us their goods. See, China needs us, the middle class. They need to sell us goods because we don't manufacture anything here. Everything we use, we get from China or Japan. But let's just use China. But in the last 15 years, they're smart. They've been saying, you know what we're going to do? We're going to develop our middle class, so get their incomes up. So we don't have to depend on America. We don't have to shoot one missile or one bullet to take them over. What we'll do is stop buying their debt. We'll stop lending them money to buy our goods. Can you imagine what a stupid situation this is? We, here in the United States, are going to China and say, can we borrow money from you so we can buy oil? Can we borrow money from you so we can buy lumber? So we can buy a cement, or that we can go to war. Isn't that amazing? And China's been saying, sure. But in the meantime, they're saying, oh, we're going to nail you because we're building a middle class. And we are in a strong middle class, not based on financial industries like you in the United States, but on manufacturing industries. See, you in the United States, you screwed up. You got away from the financial industry, and you got rid of your manufacturing, went into financial. Thank you. Went into your financial economy. That's the worst thing we ever did, is give up our manufacturing economy for a financial economy. And everybody got so greedy. And then what they did, they said, well, now we're depending on a financial economy. We got to create bubbles. We got to loan money to people low so they'll buy stuff. And then the banks, the financial industry, will make a fortune loaning people money that they can't afford to pay back. In housing, now in cars. Look at cars. Hey, how about student loans? Oh, my God. The student loan industry right now is nuts. I mean, it's gone crazy. Do you know the amount of people, baby boomers, who are on the hook for their kids right now? That's right. There are. I didn't know this. A friend of mine was telling me this the other night, and I went and looked it up. That there is, right now in America, there's more than 81 million millennials. The 81 millennial population, ages 18 to 34. Now, they're living. More than a third are living with mom and dad. They don't work. They're lazy. They don't go to college. But guess what? The parents went out and got them student loans. $100 billion in student loans over the last 15 years, and the kids are at home doing nothing. They're lazy. And mom and dad now are responsible for what they call a Parent Plus loan. Now, a Parent Plus loan was created by Congress in 1980, which put even the no income, no doc mortgage loans of 2005 to shame. Over 40% of the student loans originated between 2009 and 2013 are going bust. They're not being paid. Can you imagine? Now, parents are responsible. And now, as parents are entering this retirement, you got all these millennials, their parents, the baby boomer, who's supposed to be going into retirement, and the Social Security and their pension payment are being, their Social Security and pension are being garnished to pay for student loans. In fact, as of September 2015, the last study they did, more than 330,000 people, or 11% of borrowers, had gone at least a year without making payments on a Parent Plus loan. And over 40,000 of them were having their income garnished by the federal government. Can you imagine having your Social Security check garnished? And by the way, you still have to pay taxes on your Social Security. People don't realize that. You get a double whammy. Talk to your congressman. What is that? You pay tax already, and you think, oh, you're just going to get a Social Security check. They tax you again. The only way you don't get taxed again if you got under $31,000 and you're not married, then yeah. But if you're married and your wife's working, they're going to tax you 39% of your income that you already were taxed. They're going to tax 80% of it. Isn't that crazy? But I don't want to get off track here. I mean, think about it. The number of Americans who had wages, tax refunds, or Social Security checks reduced because of unpaid student debt increased 71%. This is an epidemic. And it's not just the baby boomers, the parents of these lazy millennials who are defaulting on these student loans. But there's another 8 million Americans owing another $137 billion who are now over 360 days delinquent. This is crazy. So when you see the stock market going up 500 points in 2 days, one reason is because of the euro. Everybody was betting the euro was going to crash, and they shorted it. They found out it was a mistake. Now they're buying it back, which pushed up the euro, which pushed up the stock market. Then today you had McDonald's come out and Caterpillar, just 2 stocks. And by the way, do you know the stock market is being held up by 8 stocks? 8 stocks. People don't realize that. When you look at it and you see, we're now hitting 20,000. Now we're hitting 21,000. I want you to remember, the next time you hear from these dopes on CNBC, I want you to remember something, that the stock market is being held up by about 8 stocks. Isn't that nuts? That's crazy. 8. In other words, when you see this, when you see the stock market up 500 points the last 2 days, I want you to think about this. Most of that, okay, are Boeing, 3M, CVX, JP Morgan, Visa, Goldman Sachs, Travelers, and United Health. And matter of fact, Goldman Sachs, Travelers, United Health are leading the Dow 30. They added $92 billion in market value to the pockets of investors. These 3 stocks alone. That's nearly half of the $215 billion in market value added by all 30 Dow stocks since the market has been measured above this 19,000. So think about it. 3 stocks. That's why join my gang. 877-600-GANG. Become a gang member. It's the best education you'll get in this industry. Believe me.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.